Yeah, definitely. That's really where I think where my edge is the ability to process the information that's in front of me and correlate it back to all the back data that I've accumulated throughout months of just studying and being able to make a decision on the go, like, and sticking to that decision, whether if I'm right or wrong, I'm owning it. Like what we just talked about, John, is like if I
Yeah,
see an information through my screen, I'm ability to make a snap decision and actually saying this is what I'm gonna do rather than like maybe I'll be right or maybe I'll be wrong. Like the moment you say maybe or I'm not too sure, like you're already doubting
right.
yourself, right?
My follow-up question to that though is the edge that you just said, is that something you feel you were kind of like naturally good at, to where you may have been like a 6 or 7, and then through trading and studying, you've built that ability to like a 9 or a 10 or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Um, it definitely plays a factor to your background, I think. That's just my opinion, because my background in anything I've done is like sports and it's like competitiveness. Like I've
Yeah,
always been a competitive kind of person.
yeah,
And so a snap decision is very required in that kind of environment. And I
yep.
think that plays a role into my trading as well.
Okay, because you've played pro sports, or
Yeah, pretty
you
close
played
to
pro
it.
sports.
Yeah, pretty close to it. I've
Yeah,
competed
that's the truth.
nationally and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So being able to be under that pressure and still like, you know, owning up to my like decision making, like I, like what I did was like competitive BMX racing. I like
Yep.
made to some professional and sponsors and all that stuff. Like I had to perform under pressure.
Yeah.
And so I think that
Exactly.
played a role into where I'm at today. Like in anything I do, it's everything I've done, like real estate, flipping houses, raising capital, like that's all under pressure. And I feel like I've handled that pretty well based on my background, and that helps out a lot. And then also doing like construction, like management, like I manage crew of contractors, I manage workers. Just being the foreman at a job, a multi-million dollar job, and you know, um, like managing everybody and just was that just delegating tasks to other people that
Mhm.
are like much older than me or has more experience than me in the industry, and I'm sitting on top, you know, dictating what needs to be done next.
Well,
So
that's that definitely any leadership role for sure, man. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. What you just said.
yeah, so it's just a factor of, you know, uh, if boiling it down to understandable key things is being able to make a decision right away and owning up to it. That's the best way I could explain it.
And ultimately, that's a good leader.
Yeah, I mean, you don't leadership is built, right? It's not
No,
natural to anybody. Like it's not natural for anybody to just step up and like instantly you're a leader and know exactly what to say. No. It's it's how you process your upcoming, right? How you process your mistakes, how you process your wins, and then how do you pass that on to your audience to the best way that it's understandable and not in a like kind of put down kind of way, because sometimes we kind of get that way that I know more than you or you're less than me, like that's natural of like being alpha or being
yep,
being able to outnumber somebody, because that's, I mean, we're all human and we all grew up or brought up as a, win or lose kind of situation,
hmm
right? I mean, we already on a win or lose game of stocks, right? We know that it's a zero-sum game, but to be honest, like you guys have probably watched or listened to any other books and top traders and stuff like that that they say you'll learn more about yourself in the stock market as a trader than any other career you venture into,
for sure.
right?
Man, that's the truth.
And that's I've learned that significantly even more being a trader, you know, being
I thought
being
I
in
could
real
control
estate.
my emotions before.
Yeah, we all did.
I was
I was
with
like,
you.
I'm not gonna let that bother me. Whatever that person said or did or whatever happened, meh, whatever. But
Right.
now I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Now you really have to think about it like I'm letting this freaking stock like
Yeah.
control my emotion right now. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Right?
because if like somebody says something to you, you can brush them off. You can't brush yourself off.
No.
Like you can't just like that's who you are, and you're like, oh shit, I got to deal with me.
Yeah. Now you're dealing with with you, like talking to
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah. I can't just ignore it.
No, that fucker doesn't go away. You go to a corner, he's still in your head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a good question. It's definitely it's a good topic to cover, to being able to handle your psychology and emotions and stuff like that because that's you buy any courses about trading or improving or self-help. They always talk about managing your own emotion. And the
Okay.
sooner you can understand that, the better you are in any ventures you do.
Anything.
Yep. Okay. So, all right. So tonight we have some announcement. We'll do some charting after the announcement, but I wanted to share with everyone that I've created a new, as you can see, we have the main voice chat, right? Which is anything stocks and just talk overall during trading hours. But I've seen a lot of you guys are now into like options, and which is great because caters to a lot of the new traders to build your small accounts because you could have 500, 1,000, or $5,000 account, and you'll be able to trade in options and grow that account significantly faster than my strategy of scalping stocks. So if you don't know what scalping is basically just being able to get in and out of stock trades in minutes. And in able to profit significantly in scalping, you need a bigger capital, right? Because I'm deploying a lot of money to make very small. Like small as in like, two, three, $500 in like seconds. But I'm deploying 25, 50, $100,000, right? And I understand not too many people are there yet. And I say there yet because I know you guys are going to grow your account and I believe it. So the option is what's going to allow all the small traders to grow it from, 500, 1,000 to, DTF here, DTF Minion growing his account from $1,500 to just under 14 grand in a few weeks. So if he can do it and applying all the strategies that we've been discussing throughout this months, um, I know that every single one of you in here can also grow that account. It's the only difference is just managing your emotions and actually applying the strategy properly. So the announcement is we have an options chat now, and I'm dedicating the best person to run that channel. Actually, two people is my sister Mars. As you know, that she's done really well in options, and she can host that channel, and then as well as DTF Minion, since he's also proven his account to grow, um, they're gonna co-host the options chat. So because I know I scalp on a daily basis, and sometimes when I'm trading in different stocks that are typically, you know, either $100 and below as far as price, and I'm in and out of trades. I'm very fast, and the channel gets quiet, right? And I want everybody to be very engaging, to be able to like, hey, like basically put out your thought process. And DTF Minion and Mars is going to be doing that for you guys to just keep everybody engaged because that's what it's all about, just being able to express what your thought process is in a moment because then we can correct it, we can improve on it as the patterns of the charts or the stocks that we're trading develops because as we know the stock or the patterns will always constantly shift throughout the day, And if you're stuck in a one-sided trade, which is if you're thinking, oh, this is gonna go up, this is gonna go up. Well, if it's just you just thinking of that and you're not expressing it, and then the rest of the room is like, no, this is actually gonna go down. Well, you're missing the other reading, the other like behavior. Why is half of the room saying, oh, this is gonna go down, and you're saying it's gonna go up, right? We want to express that live so that way we can learn on the go because that's what it's all about. When you're trading, you have to be flexible and being able to adapt in a moment, in a moment's notice. You can't be stuck on a one directional trade and it's going the wrong, it's going against you, and you're still being stubborn to say it's going to go my way. Just be open-minded and be flexible. Because if you're stubborn in a stock market, it's going to cost you a lot of money. And we've seen it, I've been there, and we don't want to make that same mistake. So, without further ado, Mars and DTF, please introduce yourselves to the team and see what you guys can talk about.
Mars, you want to kick us off?
All right. So, what I wanted to do was that, I talked to TJ about getting all of the options trader to jump into the same chat, so that way we don't interrupt TJ's scalping because he's a quick in and out kind of person with his scalp. And so I wanted to bring the option trader to one chat and call it out because it's difficult to call it out during his sniping because we're like most of us are in the trade for maybe like longer than he is. We're like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes depending on a setup, and that's what I want because when we're on the option side, not only that we look at the candlestick patterns, we also go with other patterns like the flag and all that other stuff compared to TJ where he does only the candlestick and at the moment like candle per candle play. um we're still going to do like the support and resistance that he taught and the 10 and 20. We'll explore the options once we get comfortable with what we have, indicators wise. But that's pretty much what I wanted to do, is just to get somebody on that side, not to take away from what TJ's teaching. He's going to be popping in and out of the options chat just to see if he has any input, or he saw something that we didn't, just to just be on the same page. um, it should it's to help us he'll help each other out, see like what he was saying, see like the setup, validate each other, if we need any more help than that. That's all I got for now.
Very
What
cool.
do you
Yeah, so for my end, I think this is great to just have a separate chat room just for options. Obviously, for those of you who didn't join um, early in the year, I joined TJ's chat, Discord chat here back in, I want to say late May or early June. And I started trading the same type of stocks that TJ and the group was trading. And I blew like half of my account away.
think?
I think I lost like over 26 or 27 grand. Just trying to scalp, trying to do what TJ was doing. And really, when I looked at the type of trades that I did, I must have had over like hundreds of trades within a 3 month period. But there were 6 or 7 distinct trades that caused that blow up, and it was pretty much me back holding, and what TJ was alluding to earlier, holding and hoping it would come back up, and just kept eating away at my account, right? So at the time, I was on a margin account, and I realized that it was really difficult for me to hold myself accountable to the stop losses. So that's when I think Brian joined the group. He started talking about options, and one way for me to just kind of stop myself from being able to not being able to control my emotions and be not respecting the stop losses, I reverted to a cash account, and I just went in with just $1,500. Just said This is all I have to play with. If I screw up, if I'm not disciplined with my decisions, then my account's going to go to zero. And what that really allowed me to do was just be more strategic with my entry and exit. And also, I, with the cash account, you could only play as many trades as you have cash for. So depending on how expensive a stock is, or options play is, you may only be able to trade one or two contracts in a single day. And if you're not careful with it, you pretty much blow your account, or even if you respect your stop loss, you'd be out for the day until the cash clears for the next day. What I found with that was it just allowed me to be more disciplined. It allowed me to focus on just a handful of trades. I also realized, unlike TJ, I cannot be uh, very precise with when I'm trading more than two or three tickers at a time. So having a smaller account also allowed me to just pick out a handful of stocks, but really focus on one or two throughout the day as I'm trading. Again, because I'm not as quick with that, it just allowed me to remove all the distractions. I think some folks do better like focusing when there's all this chaos around, and I can't focus when there's a lot of chaos. I'm on the opposite spectrum. So it's been helpful, and I'm not doing anything different than what TJ's doing on the scalping side. I would say I just do it at a slower pace, and I the last month I guess I've just been playing around with a few things. The main thing is just using TJ scalping strategy and doing it on a delay basis. The other piece I'm testing out is everyone always says that earnings release is a very dangerous play. So I kind of look at earnings release play similar to a Lotto Friday play. So if I like a setup, I may like take anywhere between $200 to $500 and play the earnings release. If I if I'm wrong, then I'm out $500, and I'm okay with that. So that Lotto Friday, I'm looking for consolidation plays that might gap up in the morning. Those are three of the types of plays that I kind of have in my arsenal, but they're more like riskier plays that when I play those, I'm already pretty much giving up those money. So I'm already expected to for those to go to zero. But majority of my plays are just doing what TJ's doing on the scalping side. And again, really appreciate TJ opening up an options chat for us to for the options folks to just kind of concentrate on that. I think it'll be great for everyone, and looking forward to helping anyone in any way I can.
Right on, DTF. Yeah, I'm excited for you guys to keep keep the vibe alive in the options chat. Like, again, like I think 80% of you guys, probably 90% of you guys are like on the options bandwagon, and I love it because that's also where I want to be. Um, but it's a double-edged sword for me because my scalping strategy and my scalping instinct is very conflicting with the option strategy to be holding longer than longer than a minute.
Yes.
um, it's just two different strategy, and you have to have two different kind of instinctive reading to it. Like if I hold my options trade longer than a minute, like I start to like what am I doing? I have a rule that says don't hold and hope, and then if I trade options, I'm holding and hoping. you know
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a wrong thing, it's just a different feeling for me. But I'm going to continue to provide, obviously, reading on both options and stocks. Um, as far as patterns, when to enter and exits, like I can identify them, and you guys have Mars and DTF here that are two of the best ones that really picked up options pretty quickly. And as far as the main text chat, right? We can all still, talk about options and stocks in the main text chat as well. So we'll always be here. So I'm excited for that.
Yes. I believe later on we'll try to get crypto together and see, who's got that, because that's another thing that we need to, get ourselves in. understand and play.
Yep. So to keep everybody informed as we all are learning in this trading in general, just investing in general with either be NFTs, about the metaverse, about cryptocurrencies. That's all the content that we want to cater into. So anybody that has questions in those topics, just feel free to go to those tab and ask any questions because I'm also dabbled in all categories across the board, crypto, NFTs, the metaverse, and all that craziness that everybody's saying
Hmm.
is the future, and it is the future. We can't just be trading stocks because if the stocks gets left behind and everybody's jumping into the cryptocurrency world, um, we don't want to get left behind, right? So we want to be learning all together as a family and level up.
Yeah. And usually when everybody goes to crypto, the stock market gets affected. So,
Yep, we're
usually.
definitely starting to see that market shift too. Like the
Mhm.
cryptocurrency market gets hot, and if you're trading stocks or options, I mean the option side doesn't get affected as much because those are another category of like trading or investments because most of the hedge funds and banks trade in the option side or high price stocks. But
Mm.
when we're scalping like myself, we're typically trading stocks that are $50 and below. And if anytime the stock market kind of dies down, just pay attention to the cryptocurrency side because they're likely going to be because the money is like a flow of it's like a wave, right? Wherever the hot market is heating up, that's where the rest of the money is going to go. So what they're going to do, they're going to unload money from the stock market and buy into cryptocurrencies, and they do vice versa, right?
Yeah,
Just understand that behavior, and I think you guys will do pretty well being able to adapt to the market and invest properly.
I agree.
Okay. Um, we have a lot of new traders in the room as well, and welcome every single one of you. I appreciate you guys, you know, trusting and believing us to be a part of this group or being able to help you level up your trading career. And my whole goal is to be able to just share everything and anything I know about, stock market and cryptocurrencies or any topics that you guys want to learn. My background is also in real estate. Like I've done a lot of flipping houses. I've wholesaled a lot of properties. So I'm your guy to ask anything about investments, real estate, or stock market. Um, I want to give some time for the new traders to go ahead and unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the team and also just kind of share with us like what are you looking to accomplish being here, like you joined for a reason, obviously you're convinced why you subscribe to us and invest in yourself, like let us hear it, so we want to be able to cater to that and help you out. So whoever wants to take first, go ahead and unmute yourself and introduce what you're looking for. Okay, you guys are shy.
Start calling out. Let's call out
uh,
man 44. How are you?
man 44, if you can talk, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey guys. Uh, it's funny enough. I messaged DTF just yesterday because I was telling him, how impressed I was with what he's done with options, and if he could help me with options. Um, so this is pretty cool that he's going to be running the room with Mars. So I think that's great. Me, I'm a scalper. As I mentioned before, I trade Canadian stocks, so I've done that for many years, and primarily I joined because of TJ and what I've seen, uh, and that's probably like my main focus, just to kind of learn from him in terms of scalping the U.S. stocks and stuff. But I am interested in learning about options, and probably if I can do sort of more longer term plays, or take something like one a day or something where I don't have to watch it as much, or it can be sort of like a supplement to my scalping. I think that would be great. So Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I think everything that you guys are doing here is really good. Really cool. I also have a bunch of old trading cards and things like that. I was looking to turn into NFTs, so I'm interested in that as well. And I don't know the details of TJ's real estate experience, so that's something like down the road. I probably will pick your brain as well.
Right on, man. Yeah, definitely. I'm open to that. Just reach out to me, DM me, or tag me on the main text channel, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Right on. All right, I'm gonna pick on Maria because Maria A. We had a lunch meeting the other day, and she's actually pretty experienced in the trading side. She just wanna fine tune her strategy to not hold and hope because apparently she was one of the people that bought in early into those meme stocks when they were pumping up, and some of them she sold and some of them she held on too long. So if you can unmute yourself, Maria, it'd be nice to hear from your perspective.
Everyone. I'm gonna keep this short because I'm actually picking up my daughter right now. But TJ pretty much nailed it. Just really trying to hone in on really my emotions, I guess, because yeah, I think I pretty much blew like half of my account as well. So um, I'm just really trying to really gain more experience and more fundamentals as well as uh, just being more confident going in and out of trades. For a while, I felt like I was just getting lucky, and I stopped really planning out my uh, exit strategies. So I feel like I'm just back at one, and I'm just gonna try to absorb what I can in the chat room. So I just really appreciate the opportunity, TJ, for inviting me.
Definitely happy to have you here. I'm glad that you're trusting me to be able to help you fine tune your strategy and help you grow that account. Awesome, awesome. All right, so that's Maria, and then let's see who's next. I'm gonna call out some name here. Maida. Maida, I know you've been in the room for a while, but let's hear your story and see how we can help you get to the next level.
Sure. Uh, I have a little bit of experience with um, trading in Forex, which I find to be a lot simpler, but I saw what TJ was doing. I've actually worked with TJ in real estate too, so I have the experience of working with TJ, and I really like him. I think he's a great guy. He's honest, um, hard work. I just saw him as a great example, and so the way I looked at it, I think TJ's doing, I want to follow and learn from him. So we did a wholesale together at the beginning of the year, which was a great experience. And then I saw him really diving into the trading, putting the real estate aside, which I think works for me being an introvert. And I love being home with my family. And I see that that's TJ's main focus is being able to be home with his family. That's like his number one driving force, I think, and it's the same for me. So, um, anyways, I have a lot to learn. I've been so busy with real estate, helping. I help agents with their files and stuff, so I've been busy with that. But now that real estate's kind of slowed down with the holiday season, I really want to dive into this and learn as much as I can with it. Um, so yeah, I've just kind of been in the background watching all you guys. I read your guys' comments and everything. You guys are all funny. Just reading reading your comments is funny. But I love it. I love the the bonding that's happening here and just everybody wanting to help everybody. I think is awesome. Seeing everybody succeed is amazing. I love it. I love seeing people succeed and be happy. So that's been very, it's been a motivation for me too, is wanting to join you guys and being successful with them. So I just had a lot to learn. The I'll be quiet most of the time, but I'm trying to learn everything that's going on with this type of trading because it's very different in my opinion. So yeah, so I'm in Washington State.
Right on. Thanks, Maida. It was definitely great doing that deal with you uh, beginning of the year. So we made good money on that. That was actually a good handshake deal that we did. So that
Yeah,
was fun.
it was really really cool.
Very rarely you get a handshake deal now, especially in real estate. So, all right. So next up, let's do Sibs. I think Sibs just joined in. I think that was today or yesterday. So welcome, man. Like I promised, all the VIP members get unmuted mic. We want to hear your voice and where you're coming from and whatnot, and see how we can help you out. Let's hear if you can talk.
Yeah, so I just joined yesterday, and I've been following you on Twitter, and then I saw all of your posts, and I was amazed on on how you trade. So I don't trade options; I just do stocks. Um, I've been trading for like just 5 months, and not profitable. So yeah, I'm looking forward to learn more about your strategies and hopefully be profitable. And I actually watched some of your videos on the coaching session, and I learned a lot from the indicators that you use. So um, I really have high hopes on just joining on your Discord. So yeah, looking forward.
Right on, Sib. Welcome and glad to have you here. I want to do
Thank
everything
you.
I can to help you out. So just tune in. 6 a.m. is typically when I get on the mic already, and we always post our pre-market runners. And so if you're in, you get to listen to my thought process, and that's the number one thing is tuning in every morning, whether you feel like it or not. You just gotta put in that time. You're building this habit of learning the stock and building your routine, especially the routine of just being able to just wake up, sit down, read the charts, and get ready to learn and trade. If you don't feel like trading and you convince yourself to just sleep in, you're either way, you're building a habit. So look at it as are you going to build the habit for the goods or for the worst of your career of the trading? Like, is it going to help you level up or is it dragging you backwards? So just think of that in a daily basis because um, again, trading is more of an emotional game, and building a routine and a habit, a good habit, is definitely part of your emotion. So just tune in, learn as much as you can on a regular basis, and the more you learn, the more you're compressing your learning curve shorter and shorter, right? If you do you want to master this game in a year, in 3 years, or in 5 years? That's all up to you. I want to master it in the next 2 years. Like master it as in like being able to compete in the highest producing traders that I follow online. But the only way I could do that is they have 10 to 30 years of experience ahead of me, and I'm on year one. And in order for me to catch up to them, I'm just gonna compress that time frame of learning as much as I can. And I'm sharing you that example for you to do the same, or at least understand that if you want to master this game sooner than later, you got to put in the time. Okay?
Mm.
So,
Can I
yeah. Go ahead.
uh I wanted to ask where Sibs is from.
Oh, yeah.
Sibs.
Originally from the Philippines.
Oh, where you at in the States? Or
I'm in Texas.
Texas.
oh,
All right.
Texas. You got a Texan in there.
All right. So also on our text channel, there's a says traders location. If you guys don't mind, share your city and state just to kind of get an idea where everybody's coming from. And it'd just be cool to just like browse around to see the demographic of cities and countries that we're expanding into. It just feels good that we're having that reach, that broad reach of expansion. I think it's just cool to get into our audience. So do that. And then last guy I want to pick on is Tanner. Tango Pow, however you want to say that. Sorry if I butchered it up, but go ahead and unmute yourself, man, and share your story and how we met.
What's up, guys? My name is Tanner. Originally from Hawaii. Currently live in Bonnie Lake, Washington. Um, I met TJ through because he's a friend of a friend, one of my coworkers. Um, and as far as investing and stuff like that, I just started getting into it probably the beginning of the year in January. Mostly like long-term investment stuff and things like that. Just learning kind of the market. Growing up in Hawaii, there's not a lot of exposure to Wall Street or stock market kind of at all. Um, so it's a very new thing. Joined to try and use you guys as force multipliers to make me better, and hopefully I serve as one to you guys. Um, Obviously later on, as far as if I learn something or I see something that maybe a blind spot for somebody else in the group or a bunch of you in the group, then I'm more than happy to help.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Fire away.
What do you prefer to do? Are you more of a scalper or a options trader, or which side are you?
Probably more on the scalping end. I have some exposure and some experience with uh, option stuff, but and I do understand have an understanding of it. Um, I just don't kind of play it that often, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Right on, Tanner. Okay, so for this session, let me ask you guys, go ahead and just type it in the chat if you don't want to unmute yourself, but I want to know, like, does this help you guys when we do sessions like these where we talk more of the psychology side and the emotional side? Because, at the end of the day, like, I need to understand how your thought processes are, and does this help when we do these kind of sessions, and is this motivating?
I say yes.
I would say yes.
Absolutely.
All
Of
right.
course.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. That's good to hear. So we'll do more of these. I know I wanted to, since we have more new traders here, I can throw in more of the basic charting sessions. We've done, a handful of those, and I'm more than happy to go back through them again. And so just to let you guys know, our schedule for charting and coaching sessions is Tuesdays at 9 p.m. This is Washington time, uh, Pacific Standard Time, and then Thursdays at 9, and then Sundays is typically at 7. But tonight I had a date night, so I had to push it. So gotta keep the wife happy. um, so 7 o'clock on Sundays, and then 9 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you guys want to write that down, again, just tune in. Make this a priority, because if you really want to be successful in trading, make this your priority. Because I know I want to be successful in trading, and this is why I made this uh, a priority, and I also, put the community together to hold me accountable. Because to be honest with you guys, if I didn't have this Discord community, there's some mornings that are like difficult to wake up, and if I didn't have a Discord channel
Mm.
to cater to, like I would probably sleep in, and that's not a good habit. So I appreciate you guys, every single one of you, being a part of this family, and also holding me accountable. All right, because if I don't show up, you guys are gonna be like, "Where's TJ?" So it's a win-win.
I had to text him one day. He had a yacht party. Like, where are you? You have a yacht party. You went to a yacht party on a weekday.
Oh, and then that's also in the future plans. All right. That's in the future plans. We're still trying to work at the logistics, but my goal is to also gather up all the members of the DTF family, and then go have a bit nice conference in Vegas, and everybody get to meet in person because it doesn't have to be the digital world all the time. We can all meet in real life, and really
Yacht
build
party.
that build that friendship, you know.
I've been throwing this yacht party idea since we started.
And my sister really wants me to throw a yacht party, so it might come to life.
Party.
Vote yacht party on the chat.
That's right.
That's
Uh,
everybody. I think that's everybody.
yeah, right.
Um, we have Chewbacca, who just came into the chat, and I wanted to. I haven't I haven't heard him talk and
Oh
dream
yeah.
made into a
Yes.
reality.
So Chewbacca, welcome. Now is your turn to be on the mic. Share us your goals here, what you're looking to accomplish, and how we can help, and then also just kind of a little bit about you.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Jesse. So I haven't really done a lot of stock trading, but I've been into crypto pretty heavily the last year or so, and I was just jumping in here to just to listen and absorb anything that I can, and go from there.
Right on, right on. Yeah, you mentioned about the
Uh, I think I muted you guys.
Nope, I'm still here.
TJ, are you muted?
Did
We
you
lost
mute yourself, TJ?
Yeah, you just cut out. Bro, you just cut
Oh,
out.
am I
You
still
need
here?
to.
There we go.
Yeah,
There you
there,
are.
there you go.
All right, now we're here.
Oh,
Pressing
so
buttons over there.
if this little mic thing's open, then it's an open chat right now. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're live to the world. Um, so yeah, anyway, again, this we're gonna do more of these sessions. More of a pep talk more than anything. Keep everybody motivated, and my goal is to keep you guys motivated because I know sometimes it can be challenging, especially for wake having to wake up early or having to deal with like the losses, right? It's very like intimidating or not so motivating when you're taking losses. But at the end of the day, once you really master this game, and I've followed people that have failed many, many times, um, to where it's they're almost giving up, but they all say don't give up, just learn from your mistakes and learn from others as well. And that's my goal, right? Because I've been through the losses, I've been through the struggles and up and downs, and fully understanding what I need to do to be successful. And my goal is to just pass that along to you guys. And the only way I could do that is to keep you guys motivated and tuned in. Because if you guys are not here, you guys are not present and not watching the training videos and attending the coaching sessions, like I won't be able to help you. And that's unfortunate, but my goal is to help everybody as much as I can. Okay?
Hmm. Um, Also check out the motivational quotes. There's some good stuff in there. One of the ones that I could pick out right now is the one by Gertie when he said that you you that's success happens after all the mistakes you've made. You got to survive those mistakes. That's the only way you're going to make it because the market is that type. It's going to toss you around until you just have to survive it.
Yep, exactly. You just gotta outlast the failures. Success is on the other side. And we have so much content in here. Um, Number one thing is go ahead and click on every single channels, right? Just know what's in there. Spend some time, invest some time into learning exactly what you have here, because there's a lot of content here that can really accelerate your learning and add on to your motivation. So definitely explore around. Okay.
Hey TJ, one other thing that I continue to focus on and try to improve on is I still struggle with whenever I size up. It's still difficult to manage in terms of the emotion. I know this month I think was the same month that you had a negative 92 grand loss day, but then you turned it around and made it probably your best month. So can you talk a little bit about like how you were able to kind of turn on like that quarterback mindset and forget like that worst play that you just had and then turn it around and bounce back like that? We talk a little bit about psychology. Maybe you could share that with the group.
Yeah, definitely. Taking that biggest loss of my trading, before that it was like 57K, and my sister Mars was like, I was in Florida when that happened, and I just told her like, I'm just gonna go to the beach, like
Yeah, he
leave
surely just
leave
grabbed
me al-
everything and left.
leave me alone. I'm just gonna go to the beach. And then this month, I actually took that 92K loss like the third day of the month, right? And so not only is the beginning of the month, but it was also the biggest loss of my career. So I'm like, okay, what about like that day I was wrecked, like emotionally. And I was like, okay, this is next. Like I literally, like in my head, I had to turn it into what's positive out of this? What's positive
Mhm.
can I find in this biggest loss? And I said, okay, I can think about how stubborn I was, how I broke my rules, how,
Mhm.
I just held in hope and kept adding to positions. That's all negative. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, the positive thing out of this is I'm actually hitting next level of emotion. Like literally
Right.
next level of emotion. I've never felt anything like it. And I said, okay, this is next level emotion. That means if I lose 90,000 that like next, it won't hit me as hard because I lost 92, right? I'm like, okay, that's actually a positive note. So I have keep thinking, okay, this is just next level of my career. Like I have to endure this because if I don't endure this, my level of emotion is still gonna be low, and I won't be able to handle. I can't grow an account to 1 million, 5 million, or $10 million if I can't emotionally handle a $92,000 loss. Because I know traders that are trading $1 million profits, they've lost probably $1 million as well, and their emotional level is much greater than mine. So okay, I was like, okay. So with that conversation in my head, I was able to calm down and not feel so distraught and wrecked. Like I was able to function again and feel like
Mhm.
I'm still worthy, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and then the next thing I cycled through my head, I was like, okay, you made your mistakes. You know those mistakes. The positive side of this, you know, level is my emotional level is much higher now, and my strategy works. I know my strategy works, and I know my win rate is also higher. My win rate is
Mhm.
about 80%. So I said, okay, so this is just what we call like the black swan. The black swan to where everything that you should have not done, you did. Okay. And so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I know that I won't repeat this as blindly. So therefore, I have to just accept it. And acceptance of that mistake was next level. And in the beginning of this session, me and John and DTF was talking about accepting losses.
Mhm.
And
There.
that's another emotional level is when you really and truly accept your mistakes and accept your losses, you've just leveled up. Like I promise you, it's a completely different emotional like level. And so
Mhm.
now, like John asked me, like how are you so confident when you take these trades, or how do you still get your confidence when you take these losses? Well, accepting whether if you're right or you're wrong on that trade is like I don't know how to like it's literally next level stuff. Like it's the emotional feel of accepting a loss or accepting of being wrong mentally like fucks you. Eh, like
Mm.
it's I mean no human being wants to be wrong, or no human being wants to accept loss, right? We're naturally our fight and flight mechanism kicks in, but just try to learn that part in yourself, because I can't teach it. I can't teach it
Mm.
to you. I can only describe it. But just practice being okay, being wrong,
Did it
and
did
that's
it
how you can
feel
bounce.
did it feel debilitating to you? I mean, that's a big loss, 91K, right? Debilitating. It felt like that.
It did. It did. It, like, again, it made me feel like I was paralyzed. I was
Yeah,
paralyzed, and I questioned my whole life decision.
everything.
Although
You questioned everything.
I'm still like, regardless, I'm doing great for my whole trading, and but then that level of emotion, it was like, this is different. Like it was like a discovery. um
Yeah, that's crazy. I asked that because for me, something that I struggle with is whenever a trade goes against me and I know I broke some of my rules, like
Mhm.
I can't refocus. Like there would be so many other good plays coming up with the exact same
Mhm.
set, but like I don't see it until after the fact, and I
Yeah.
would just go back and be like, damn, all those things happened while I was like being down on this last trade, right? And I could have
Right.
seen all these other trades going on, but that's something
Yeah.
that I myself still struggle with. So
You
thanks for
could
that
have you
feedback.
could have turned it you could have turned it around only if you just let go sooner. That's
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
had those days.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you're wrong on your trades, be okay with it. Be okay. And even if you, let's say, like, this will happen, okay, this will happen, and you're gonna want to blame somebody, okay, like
Mm.
my
Mhm.
my voice is gonna be in your head, and you're gonna be like, damn it, I should have not listened, or damn it, I should have listened. But guess what? You don't
Yeah.
know when those timing is gonna be, but
Right.
the habit of building that, of cutting your losses when you're wrong, is gonna benefit you more than blaming that. If let's say if I say, oh hey, get out of this trade because you're losing, and the pattern is broken, and then the moment you get out and it reverses back to your way, and that's when the blaming kicks in. As we're like, oh
Mm.
man, I should have
Mhm.
just held. See, I listened to you and you were wrong. That,
I
like,
had a few of those.
literally, that will hurt your
I
career
had a few of those.
more. That will hurt your career more than it will benefit you. Like, trust me, just
I
that's
agree,
an
man.
emotional, like, wreck, because you're fighting the decision. Like, if I told you, and then I was wrong at that moment, and you were right, but then you're actually building a bad habit, and I can see it, and you won't know it, but because you just want to be right, and
Right,
you're gonna blame me, and that's gonna
right,
hinder
right.
your ability to listen from me from now on. If I tell you, hey, this is a good trade, you're gonna doubt that because I was wrong the last time,
Oh,
right?
that was so powerful, man.
Rather
I
rather
definitely
looking at
ran
my
into
win rate.
a few of those.
Hmm.
Mhm. You have
Not
to
just not just from here, but like I follow a few other groups, and I definitely fall into that trap before too in that exact same scenario. So
Hmm.
that's cool to see. And even for this month, like when I looked at my trades, like if you look at the trade by trade, I actually have more red trades than green, but it was because I felt like I've done a better job of respecting my stop loss and then getting better at letting the right ones run. There were only like similar to how I blew up my accounts where 6 or 7 trades went against me. Like most of the trades were against me, but I had a tight rope on the stop loss, and there was only like 3 or 4 trades that got me to where I'm at today. So a lot of
Mhm.
the things you're saying are is like on point. It's just a matter of you know getting consistent at doing those things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually the next trade, if you're losing, may help you out of that losing trade, but you just gotta shake that loss first before you could. It, like I said, kind of paralyzes you for a minute, but if you shake it off, I mean, the next play could be right there. and you could miss it
Yeah.
if you don't shake it off.
Yeah, I
Yep.
remember one week I did. I had like three straight red day, 3 or 4 straight red days, and then the next day I had like $100 green, and I just took it just to be green, right? And that just helped also change my mindset of trying to refocus again after like 4 or 5 days of like consistent red days. So stuff like that, where it's just trying to get comfortable with the process.
Yep.
Hmm.
So, just to add on to that, it's the market is it's a very like instinctive kind of feel. That's the best way I could describe it. That way, I'm synced to it. Like when the days when I'm synced to the market, like I can really feel the charts and the patterns, and I feel it in me with confidence. That's when I perform the best. But some days, well, I'll wake up and I'll be staring at the chart, and it'll be the same pattern that I've been looking for months, and I won't feel it. I won't be like, I'm not confident in this trade. Like it's
Hmm.
those days, like you're just off, and just understand
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong with you. We go through emotional feelings throughout the day, and you may not be in sync, and you just have to recognize those, and um, not being able to sync them to the market and just size in accordingly. And we'll do more of these sessions to where I can break it down into like the psychology side, and recognizing your behavior and the stock market's behavior is two different things, right? And so that's a powerful thing to recognize in the moment's notice. So we'll definitely do more of these sessions. um, let's see what else I wanted to add. Let's see. But yeah, that's I'm glad that we have these discussions, and we'll do more of this. But again, Mars and DTF is going to be hosting the options chat, and typically our sessions are about 1 hour in these um, 3 nights a week. Also, I'm gonna be I'm actually gonna be leaving town Wednesday. I'm flying out to Miami for a business conference. But I'll still be trading, but I'm not sure if I will be able to do the night host coaching sessions. I'll probably have Mars or DTF um, step in for me if they're available.
Yeah, I got you.
Cool, cool.
Good deal.
All right, guys. Well, like I said, try to keep this in an hour. We'll do again on Tuesday, and hopefully I'll see you guys. But get ready for Monday. Quick little market sentiment um, read. So COVID sectors are heating up. So anything
Mm,
vaccines, anything that benefits COVID, like
yeah.
Zoom.
Um, so all the pharmaceuticals and the biotechs are up
Yep. So keep
on
that in
that
mind.
sector.
Um, let's see. I think EV vehicles are cooling off. EV sectors are cooling off just because of the whole COVID, production plants and all that shutting down. If you want to short the market, think of anything that's hurting because of the COVID, like airlines, travels, you know,
Mhm.
cruise lines, like all those
Um.
all those companies are going to be hurting because of COVID shutdowns. Okay.
Mhm.
But other than that, for scalping in general, as far as like low cap stocks, I mean, they just show up on our scanners, pre-market scans, and they don't give a crap about what the market sentiment is. They're highly manipulated and pumps, so we play them accordingly.
Yeah. Um.
TJ, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Uh, just so I'm putting stuff in my calendar for Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. What do you do? 6 a.m. What
Oh, the sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays are 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Right,
That's
but
the
you
coaching
said
sessions. But as far
right.
as trading session is 6 a.m. to about 9 or 10 a.m. That's when we're highly active on the voice chat. And
Okay,
then after that, the late morning, late afternoon, the market pretty much dies down to where we're literally watching paint dry. Nothing is moving. So
okay.
we're typically
So
done off the mic by like 9 or 10.
And that's Monday
Monday through
every day?
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. All right, anything you want to add, Mars and DTF, before we log off?
Ah, no. I mean, you're on every day from six on the dot, right? I
Mm,
have. I
sometimes five
know
minutes
there's.
late.
Huh?
Sometimes 5 minutes late. But
5 minutes
six
late.
a.m. is my commitment.
Yeah. Usually I'm up earlier, but I don't get on the mic until no earlier than 8:45, but I can be 8:45 or 9. I'm up earlier because I have to get my kids up for school. So if you guys need anything
But
like
8:45 your time or our time? Because
8:45 before, I mean 15 minutes before, I mean 8:45 my time because I'm in Florida. So that's 5:45 your time,
okay, so you're
right?
available then. Yes.
5:45. I mean, because if you guys need any help, if anyone needs any help with the chart, Think or Swim, I've got this. I pretty much know my way around Think or Swim. If anyone needs any help with that, especially with the new or new at Think or Swim setups.
All right.
So
Well, there you go.
Yeah, the same for me too. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm in Washington State, Linwood area. I don't usually jump on until 6 or after 6, but I'm also up between anywhere
uh,
between 4:35 a.m. my time, just looking at pre-market stuff and trying
right.
to plan the morning to see how different pre-market changed from the night before. Because I usually look at my trades the night before and then I try to readjust depending on what pre-market does. But just feel free to message me in the main chat or just message me directly, and I can support where I can.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
they're here
also,
for you.
yep, we're all here for you guys. And then also don't be shy to hop on the mic here because again, you guys are all VIP. You guys can talk amongst each other, hop on the mic and just chat it up and see how you guys can help each other. But overall, if you have any questions regarding, you want to ask me, Mars, or DTF, just tag us on the main text chat and we'll hop on as well if we need to.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a good night. Get ready for tomorrow, Monday, and hopefully we can make some money.
Yeah.
Good
Looks
night,
like it.
everyone.
Have a good night,
See you guys in
everybody.
the morning.
See you in the
Good night.
morning.
See ya.
Later, guys.
Thank you.